Alright, so flight's delayed a little bit to Nanimo Island because of fog. And here in Vancouver, you can see it's barely visible, so might have to wait just a little bit. See the fog's covering the buildings. There's my plane, a little seaplane I got to take, but we got to wait a little while. It's cold, ice on the concrete. You can see the this is Vancouver, by the way. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. You can see that hill over there on the other side of the bay with all the buildings and structures built into it. It's pretty cool. Seagulls are happy. So yeah, just hanging out waiting for the fog to clear a little bit so we can get out of here. Never been in a seaplane before. That ought to be fun. Let's see if we can zoom in. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there's that. See the buildings over there on that side of the hill. And mountains in the background, so. Anyway, ready to get these 2 days rolling. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but goodness gracious. Y'all see him? Some kind of stork. First trip to Canada. Alright, I'm gonna go back inside where it's warm. And then maybe get some more pics and videos later once I'm on the island. So, peace out, everybody. So I thought maybe after this morning, you know, all the flights were delayed at the airport to cross the bay from Vancouver to Nanimo because of the fog. So I ended up taking the ferry, which took about an hour and 30 minutes to get over here. And I thought, yeah, you know, the fog, it'll ease up by the end of the day, and when I'm done with all the corporate stuff, I can get out and do some sightseeing. That's what I get for thinking. It is a beautiful little city, though. I guess this is maybe an old lighthouse they're redoing or something. Let's take a walk and see. They put me up in the Best Western over here. Pioneer Water Plaza, shops and services, Harbor Air, Newfoundland, the hangar. Huh. So we're right on the waterfront. And this looks like an old lighthouse. Maybe it'll tell me over here. Let's see what this says. I don't know if you can read that, but it says Bastion Centennial Square. Can't really see it. Hey, closed the year I was born, 1971. from 1871 to 1971. So it's old. But apparently the ferry comes in right over here, because I was up in my room and you can literally hear it going off. Yeah, I think that's the ferry dock right over there. And I think that's where I'm probably gonna, they're expecting this fog all week, so I think I've got to take the ferry back over to Vancouver on Friday morning to catch my plane back home. And I'm hoping it's right here, so I can just walk out of the hotel and boom, I don't have to Uber and all that good stuff. So, hey, there's a hot rod over there. So yeah, let's walk around just a little bit. It's kind of slippery out here, so if I fall and bust my Tyrone, I will tell a quick little story. Mama, close your ears. Back in middle school, Sydney Phillips. I probably shouldn't tell this story. But one of my friends, she said, Tommy, I ain't never seen a white boy with a high booty like you got a booty like a black boy. Anyway. So yeah, here's the harbor. Well, this is pretty cool. Got some Forrest Gump shrimping boats. I think those are shrimp boats. No, I don't know if those masts go out or not. I don't see any nets. I guess those are trollers. They're trolling for something. But it's hard to see. I think that's maybe condos over there. I was hoping we'd have some visibility. There's a crazy looking sailboat right there. A couple of them. I don't see no redneck Riviera pontoon boats. Anyway, so I'm standing under this. It's like a mast. Tina and Matt was here. Yeah, you hear that horn? I think that's the ferry horn. It literally, like I'm on the 3rd floor of that hotel. Actually, that's my room right there on the corner. These ones on the end with the big windows. So 1, 2, the 3rd one down. No. 2nd one down, I believe is mine. And it vibrates the room when that horn goes off. So anyway, I was hoping to be able to walk around a little bit after I finished with all the corporate stuff today. In between now and dinner, I'm about to go have dinner with some important people, and back at it again tomorrow. Maybe we'll get some good weather tomorrow. I'd like to be able to see some orcas from the ferry. I've heard they'll come right up alongside the ferry, kind of like we have dolphins back home. come alongside the ferry. These steps are slippery. Slippery, slippery, slippery. I don't know if I want to go in the parking garage. I bet this is a beautiful view when it's sunny and bright and the sun's out. Spring and summer days. I hope that horn don't blow all night. Anybody that knows me knows I have to sleep with a speaker on full blast with rain falling. Any little noise will wake me up from a dead sleep. Hey, that's where I just was. It's way on up there. It's a big log floating in the water. Maybe tomorrow we'll get a better view. Hi, I gotta go climb these stairs, get back up to the top. Get ready for dinner. I did get 6 roll tides walking through the airport with my Bama shirt on. Just want to let all my Auburn friends know back home. Never seen one Auburn shirt in an airport. Seen LSU. Saw a bunch of Indianas. Seen Ohio State, Michigan. I've even seen Tennessee. Can you believe people wear Tennessee stuff out in public, outside of Tennessee? But I've never seen anybody wearing Auburn. Poor little tinks. Anyway, I got to focus on climbing these steps because I've reached an age where falling and breaking a hip is very hazardous. So I'm gonna go have dinner, and maybe we'll get some better weather before I leave, and I can get a view of that pretty bay out there. And thought I was in New Orleans for a minute. Bro getting blasted up in the corner. Only difference is when I'm in New Orleans, I'm strapped. They wouldn't let me bring it through customs. Too old to be throwing bones and bows. Some crackhead in Canada want to snatch my chain. I ain't even got a chain. Well, that's cool. Let's see what this big anchor's for. Anchor Park. I'm not going to read that whole thing. Y'all can look it up if you're interested. But that looks like maybe it's a real anchor. It's heavy. Anyway, I'm not going down there. It's a little cold. I am heading back into this hotel. We're about to eat at I think the Embers restaurant here. So I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Well, just got back to the hotel room, get cleaned up for dinner. And visibility is much better today than it was the last couple of days, or pretty much all day yesterday. You can actually see the little barrier island out there. I don't know if you can see the houses on the island, but you can see them here. I just saw the ferry go by like right over there, which is going to come through here and dock like right over there, which was where I came in on the ferry the other day. And you couldn't even see those buildings yesterday. The fog was so thick. That's that little mast I was standing on, the little lookout right there. So didn't have much time today. We got started kind of early and literally just got back a few minutes ago, and we're going to dinner at 5. So had a few minutes to kind of show. I wish, if it was bright and sunny, this would probably be really pretty. But yeah, didn't have much time for sightseeing. I actually got to jump on the ferry 7 in the morning, right as the sun's about to come up here. Or I think the sun comes up about 8, so it'll still be dark when I get on the ferry. To get back to Vancouver. Got a flight around noon back to Houston. But because of the fog, the next ferry doesn't leave till later in the morning, and it basically puts me back to Vancouver right as my plane starts to board, and can't risk missing my plane. So I'm going to take the early ferry, just hang out at the airport for a few hours in the morning. But actually got some sailboats docked out there in the water. Got a couple of little boats running around. So it's a lot better view than it was yesterday, that's for sure. So anyway, gonna finish getting ready for dinner and get this week wrapped up. Head back to Texas in the morning. Fun times. Maybe the next time I'm up here, I think I'll probably have to come back a couple times a year. It'll be more spring-like. Apparently this is a highly sought-after tourist destination in the spring and summer. This is this little town's just north of Victoria, Canada, about an hour north, and it's kind of a resort town. A lot of people come to for sailing and fishing and whale watching and the things they like to do up here. Skiing, I think you can drive about an hour north of here, and there's supposedly mountains that are usually covered in snow. Do some skiing. So they've got fishing in one direction and skiing in the other. So anyway, all right, I am about to go get my grub on. These people are feeding me. Goodness, breakfast, big lunch. Now another dinner. I usually only eat twice a day, so go knock it out. Peace. All right. We're about to start the journey home from Canada. It's about 6:30 a.m. I'm here at the ferry dock in Helijet, or helipad, here in Nanimo, British Columbia. And got a helicopter about to take off over there, so it might get loud. We're lined up, about to board the ferry here in the next 10 minutes or so. It's about 28 degrees, I think, is what it said. I was staying right over there. You can see that tall building. My hotel's right on the other side of that building, so I actually thought about walking, but I got picked up and brought over here. And hopefully they'll let us board soon, get out of the cold. Us deep south southerners from the Gulf Coast are not built for this continuous below the freezing line weather. It's fun to visit occasionally, but now I'm ready to get back to some heat. And when I say heat, I mean 50s and 60s. So anyway, hopefully no flights get delayed. I hear there's a bunch of flights being delayed because of that weather system. I get on the plane in Vancouver around noon and fly to Salt Lake City for an hour-long layover, then to Houston, get in tonight. Hopefully my flight's not affected by any of these weather cancellations. Last thing I want to do is have to stay another night in a hotel and then worry about getting home tomorrow. So ready to get the show on the road, get home. The fog did lift, so I could have took the plane probably and got back over there quicker, but we weren't sure if the fog was going to lift and decided to go ahead and cancel the flight before we couldn't cancel it and just take the ferry early. So anyway, it's been a fun trip, a couple days. Got a deal in hand, contract signed, and have some new company to work for. Career advancement and a lot of potential for the future. And get to represent literally the Rolls Royce of the industry that I've been in for the last 20 plus years. So anyway, like I said, we're about to board that ferry right over there, or one of those two ferries, and head across the bay. It takes about an hour and 20 minutes to get over there to Vancouver, to the international airport, and I'll be flying home, ready to get back to Texas. It's been a long 4 days. I'm on Pacific time, so kind of, you know, a little bit. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. thinking at 6 a.m. My body is. But anyway, looks like they're opening the gate over there for us to start lining up. I'm going to end this and get back home. Peace, everybody.